Welcome. I hope you had a good holiday season. I want to wish you a happy new year and especially a healthy and happy one, and above all, being safe for all of us. I hope that we will all get vaccines soon so that we will get safer and also restore our lives to some degree of normality. Also, I am really anxious to resume our in-person meetings and be able to see you in person again. So let's hope that this will happen sometime this coming year. So my name is Ingrid Surratt. I am the president of the board of directors for CAPS, and it is my honor and privilege to welcome you today and to introduce you to today's membership meeting for the month of January. I do have a few announcements, and I have actually a lot to tell you, so I have a few notes that I'm going to be referring to, and I'll try to be as brief as I possibly can. So this month, membership dues are due through January 31st, and one of the things that we've been working on is a members-only section, which hopefully will happen soon. We've been working on this for a really long time. And when you do pay your dues, you will receive an email offering you the opportunity to create an account and to be able to log in. And once you do that, there are a number of things that will be available to you. We are working on the benefits for members. One of the things that we're going to do as a kickoff is basically to ask you what it is that you would like to see. Some of the things that we have thought of are fitness and wellness kinds of things, games and activities, happy hours, and socials. We're planning something fun for Valentine's Day along those lines. We want to do an Ask the Doctor kind of segment. We want to offer you discounts to things. And also, importantly, we have the CAPS Cares program, which will be available only to our members now. And we'll be talking about that in more detail as we go along. We haven't really been able to do a whole lot because it is offering respite care to you and to your family. But in addition, there are lots of other services that are available. So we'll be featuring a little bit more of a summary about what that all has in store for us. We will still have, for the general public, all of the activities that we have had. We still have the general calendar on the website. And of course, the website, it will be available to everybody. These membership meetings will be available to everybody, and I'm probably going to rename them to something like general monthly meetings. The newsletter will still be posted on the newsletter. And then among all of that, we also have the support groups, which of course are meeting virtually at the moment. Which brings me to some exciting announcements about that as well. We're offering some new support groups, one of which took place last week, which is basically for care partners. So that will be taking place the first Wednesday of the month at 11 a.m. And again, that will be on the calendar, just to remind you. But if you have a special interest or questions or anything about that, please do contact Mary Jackman at our CAPS office. Our kickoff meeting for actual patients of Parkinson's is going to be taking place on Thursday, January 21st. So that's next week at 3. That support group will be taking place on the third Thursday of the month. So we're hoping to really get people involved in those. You no longer have geographical limitations because it's virtual. So I hope that you will take advantage of that offering, and hopefully we'll be able to expand them to some other times as well. So our board of directors, we've been introducing them in the newsletter, and the goal basically is to get you to get to know them a little bit. So in addition to that, we are going to be having them introduce these monthly meetings so that you will get to hear them and hear them and see them, and get to know them a little bit more. If you want to reach out to any of us, you can certainly do that through Mary Jackman again in the office. And we'd be happy to answer your questions to the best of our ability and help you. So that all being said, I am very happy to introduce to you the program for today. It is Aging is Cool, which was founded by Damien and Amy Temperley. And today's program is entitled 31-Minute Brain Class. And it is going to be followed by an art beat dance activity. So please do stay for that. It gives you a chance to get up and move around and have some fun. So the mission of Aging is Cool is to provide fun, engaging, smart activities and information for older adults to promote living in the best life possible. So Damien has been in the fitness industry for over 15 years. He was trained in London, England, even though he's Australian. He has a charming accent. And he taught a lot of classes in fitness and wellness. And now Aging is Cool emphasizes strength building, balance improvement, core workouts, stretching, memory and brain games, and it's all for 60 plus adults. You know, his background was in physical therapy, but he really felt like seniors needed more. And that's when Aging is Cool was born. He has a GNVQ in health and social care from England. I'm not quite sure exactly what that degree is, but it's from England. And he's a trained YMCA fitness instructor. So I hope you'll have fun today. Again, stay for the art beat dance class afterwards. Please stay safe. And we'll see you next month and maybe before. So I look forward to that. Thank you so much. Have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.
My name is Damien Temperley and I am from Aging is Cool. Today we're going to work your brain out a little bit. There's many ways to work your brain. You can read a book, you can do a jigsaw, you can do a crossword. However, today we're going to focus on movements that work your brain. Okay? Today we're going to focus particularly on coordination and pattern recognition. So we're going to work a little bit with patterns. Some of these movements you may have done before. You may have done cross-body movements, bilateral movements. So hopefully there's some stuff in here that you haven't done before. So because we're going to be moving our arms and legs, we need to do a little bit of a warm-up. So sit up in your chair and I'm going to get you to copy me, nice and easy. Let's start with the shoulders. I want you to roll your shoulders forwards. So you're going to do some nice big circles, rolling those shoulders forward. Excellent, keep going for me. Nice big circles, really over exaggerate those circles. And then you're going to do the opposite, roll those shoulders backwards. Really big circles. As you bring those arms back a little bit, feel those shoulder blades squeezing together. Good, give me just 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now hold your arms down to your sides. Keep your arms as straight as you can, and I want you to raise them up to the level of your shoulders and then back down. Just going up and down, up and down. And as you're doing these, just try and take deep breaths, breathing in and out. Breathing in and breathing out. Going a little bit higher with those hands now. And wonderful. Now another warm up for the arms and the shoulders. We're going to swim. So bring one arm around. We're going to do the front crawl particularly. One arm and then the other. Good. And I hope you're not in a squeaky chair like I am. Okay, good. And then we're going to go straight from this to the backstroke. So one arm round and then the other arm round. Good. Just give me a few more of those. Just go 4, 3, 2, and 1. and then we're going to warm up the muscles in your arms. Imagine you have a ball, and we're going to bounce that ball. Just bounce it. Let's go for like 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your invisible ball, and we're going to throw it up above your head like you're shooting a 3-point in basketball. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we should be bringing your heart rate a little bit higher, and that's good. So breathe nice and deep, and breathe out nice and slowly. Good. So for the first exercise we're going to do is we are going to do some real, what I would call the level 1 basics with movements and coordination. So remember, these are designed to be a little bit confusing. That's the point of the way we're going to be working your brain. These first few, you're going to be kind of wondering what the point is, but let's try some real basic ones. So I want you to start with your hands down, and I want you to slide forward and back. Nice and easy, right? Unless you've got shoulder problems or anything like that, but most of the time you'll be okay with this. And if there's any changes you need to make on this, obviously do it. If you can't extend your arm fully, just try and do this a little bit. It doesn't matter. Do what you can. So we're going to go forward and back, and forward and back. Now this time, we're going to make that a little bit harder. We're going to go forward. You're going to twist your hands up and then bring your hands in. Then we're going to go forward again, put your palms down, and then come back into your body. Let's try that. Let's go forward, twist, in, forward, twist, and in. Okay, keep going for me. Let's do one more of each. So forward, twist, and in. Forward, twist, and in. Excellent. Now, let's go up a level, a little bit harder. This time, one palm up, one palm down. Okay, so you're going to slide them both forward. Then we're going to twist. So one palm is down and the other one is up. And then we're going to go back in. So let's try that. So make sure one is down, one is up. In at your body, pushing forward, switch, and then back into your body. Keep going for me. So now we're starting to do different things on each side of our body. So before it was just kind of doing the same thing. So this starts to get a little bit harder. So let's change that. Instead of palms, we can do thumbs up. So one thumb down, one thumb up. We're going to push it forward, and then we're going to switch. Bring it back into your body, and switch. Good. And this is the last one. Perfect. Okay, now bring your one arm down to your side and one arm in front. I'm sure you've done this one before, but we're going to do some real major movements and different sides of your body doing different things. So this one arm is going to go forward and this arm is going to go out to your side. And then let's just do 5 of those. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to switch over. So this time, this one's going to go forward, this one's going to go to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason this one's a little bit easier than what we're about to do is your brain recognizes the pattern fairly quick, so you can keep going. What about if we keep changing the pattern throughout? So for example, we're going to go forward with 1 and out, And then as you bring it down, you're then going to switch. This one is going to go out and that one's going to go forward. So we're going to keep switching. This is a lot more complicated for your brain to work out. So it might take you a little bit of a while to do that. But don't worry, mistakes are bound to happen throughout these. Oh, like that. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Now let's get a little bit harder. This time we're going to go into more of pattern work. A little bit more. Obviously, you're going to realise where the coordination comes in. We're going to start fairly easy. Sit up in your chair. You're going to bring your hands up like this, and nice and easy. You're going to tap one knee with one hand, and then you're going to tap the knee with the other hand. So make sure you're tapping the knee with the same side of the hand. So right hand, right knee. Left arm, left knee. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get a little bit harder. Cross body movements. This time, tap the opposite knee. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, one way of doing this, of making this harder, is by going faster. However, I like to make the patterns a little bit more complicated to make it harder. So same sort of speeds, but just a little bit fewer different moves thrown in there. So let's go back to that first one. Okay, same side. Let's add a clap in between. So it's going to be clap, tap, clap, tap. Okay. Just like that. Now, you might have guessed it, we're going to go opposite with the clap. So, clap, opposite, opposite. Perfect. Now, let's add another movement to that. As you're tapping the leg, I want you to move that leg up in the air, just a little bit, like so. Okay, so let's do it without the clap, and then we're going to add the clap, and then we're going to stick to the same side, but eventually we'll switch. So watch this. So bring your hands back up. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Keep going. Just a few more. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's add the clap. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Give me just 2 more. Let's go 1 and 2. Now keep your hands here. This time we're going to go opposite. Okay, ready? With the leg raised. Let's go clap, cross, clap, across. Let's go cross, clap, cross, clap, cross, clap, cross, clap. As I say, if you're making mistakes, that's okay. This is designed to be confusing. If you found this easy, you wouldn't be learning, you wouldn't be gaining anything from this. Perfect. Now, all of this kind of makes sense to your brain, but I'm about to change it that is just going to be confusing for your brain to even work this out. So, again, if this is hard for you to do, that's on purpose. Let's go back to the same side. However, you're going to tap the leg that isn't moving. Okay? So before we were doing this time it's going to look like this. Now your brain has already got used to tapping the leg that's moving, so suddenly we've changed that pattern quite dramatically. So let's try that. We're going to go slow to begin with, and might speed it up a little tiny bit. Ready? So start with the clap, and remember the opposite leg is going to rise as you're tapping that leg that's still. Good. And let's just try and speed that up a little bit. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Another way of doing that, and kind of that type of pattern, is raising your legs up. Instead of tapping the legs, we're just going to clap in the air. So try this. Sometimes just showing you is easier than trying to explain it. So that's fairly simple. Okay, let's try the opposite. Instead of clapping when that knee comes up, clap when that foot touches down. So you've got your brain used to one pattern, and now it's trying to get used to the other one. Perfect. Now, what if we change the pattern over and over and over? So we keep changing it from one to the other, from one to the other. So again, let me just show you. Let's not do the opposite leg moving and tapping the still leg. We're going to go back to this one. Tapping the leg that's moving up in the air. Okay. Now, that was a pattern that we're all fairly good at. Okay. If that was difficult, you can do this with your feet down on the floor. In fact, let's start with that, and then we're going to move our legs up. So just the hands to begin with. That might be easier. So we're going to change it. We're going to go from this to this. So we're going to do one of each on the same side, one of each on the opposite side. Keep the legs still for this bit. You ready? Clap, same side, opposite, opposite. You ready? Same, opposite, opposite. Same, opposite, opposite. Same, opposite, opposite. One more of each. Same, opposite, opposite. Excellent. Let's try that with the leg rising up, like this. Are you ready? So, clap first. Clap. Same, opposite, opposite. Same, opposite, opposite. Same, opposite, opposite. And relax. Perfect. Okay, now let's try this one. So instead of tapping our knees, we're going to tap our shoulders. Very similar movements. We're going to start with same shoulder, clap in, and then we're going to move to the opposite. You'll see. So let's try a clap, tap the same shoulder, and tap the same shoulder. Each side with each hand. You ready? So clap, shoulder, 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 shoulder. Now, let's go for the opposite shoulder. Are you ready? Clap, opposite, 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 opposite. Good. Let's combine both of those patterns. So, ready? We're going to go clap, same, clap, opposite, and then we're going to repeat that pattern. Clap, same, opposite, opposite, same, same, opposite, opposite, same, this is the last one, same, opposite, opposite. Now, how about if we change that pattern and combine it with the pattern on our legs? Okay, now, this is where I have to start thinking. Okay, so let's try, we're going to go same, 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 same. So we're going to do 2 on the legs, 2 on the shoulders, and then we're going to do 2 opposites, and then 2 opposites. Ready? So we're going to start with the legs. Start with the clap and then go to the legs. Same, same. Clap, same side, shoulders, same side, same side. Now let's start the opposites. Back to the legs. Opposite, opposite, shoulders, opposite, opposite. Let's do one more round of that. Same side, legs. Same, same, shoulders, same, same. Legs, opposite. Shoulders, opposite. Now you can pause this, you can, keep trying that by yourself, you can go faster, whatever you want to do to challenge yourself. So, perfect, well done. Now, let's try some bilateral movements, and if you've ever worked with me before, you're bound to have done this first one. So, I want you to put your hands out like this. Suddenly we're moving up a degree. These are harder than what we've been doing. So hands out like this. I want you to go up and down. I've said this is harder, but this bit is the easiest bit. Okay. Let's go left and right. The reason this is easy is because you've probably done movements like this and this before. And that's a fairly easy pattern for your brain to recognize. Now, stop like this. This time, one hand up and down, and the other one left and right. Okay, so let's try that. So one up and down, one left and right. Good. And if I'm going, you don't have to keep up with me. As long as one hand is going left and right, one is going up and down, and this is one of those where sometimes you end up focused so much on one hand that one arm isn't even moving, or you'll find that one hand is almost copying the other one. I've seen this quite a lot. So just make sure, straight line, one going across, one is going up and down. Now, let's switch that around. So this time, this one's going to go up and down, and then this one's going to go left and right. Okay. Up, down, left, right. Well done. Let's make that a little bit harder. This time we're going to do some different things with our hands on one side of our body and then the other. So let's do another one of my favourites, and then I'm going to start throwing in some new ones. I want you to stick your thumb up, like you're saying, good job. This hand is going to point at it. Make sure that when you're pointing, that you haven't got the thumb up. So in other words, no guns. Okay, so thumb, and then just your pointer finger go from one side to the other. Okay, go from one side to the other. Now, this is fairly difficult, okay? Now, just keep switching as I'm chatting. One of the things I've noticed is sometimes you think you'd think you're doing this perfectly fine. So sometimes it's easier to have someone watching you just to double check. I've seen people do this before, where they're not actually switching fingers. So make sure pointer with one, thumb with the other, and then the thumb is now on the other hand and you're pointing with this one. Make sure you keep switching. And just see if you can get a little bit faster. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, remember, sometimes I don't like to make it faster to make it harder. I like to make it a little bit more complicated. So let's try that. So, thumb, point. Instead of just switching, clap first. So, thumb, point, clap, and switch. Clap and switch. Clap and switch. Clap and switch. Good. And from one side to the other. Perfect. Okay, now let's literally just make up a new one. Okay, I want you to give me the peace sign, and then on the other hand, I want you to do the pinky going down. Okay, this is where I have to concentrate a little bit. I'm very good at these. I have to just concentrate if it's a brand new one. So pinky and then the peace sign, and we're going to switch. Okay, good. Okay, I've just found out I can do it, so we'll carry on with it. So pinky down, 2 fingers up, and then let's switch again. There you go. Nearly messed it up. Peace and pinky. Peace and pinky. Switch again. Peace, pinky. And peace and pinky. Let's do it like 4 more times. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now let's try this one. Another one where we're doing different things on different sides of our bodies. Bring your hands up like this. I want you to do a 1 on this hand, and then I'll tell you what. Let's do it like this. I want you to smack your hands, and as you do that, you're then going to put your 1 away, and then you're going to do 2 on this hand. Then you're going to smack it and do 3 and 4. I'm kind of showing you fast so you can see what we're doing. And then when we go over, when we get to 5, we're going to go back to 1, but the 1 will be then on the other hand. Okay, so let's try it. Do 1 and then a 0. Now we're going to do a 2 on this hand. So don't forget to put this 1 away. Let's go clap, 2, clap and 3, clap and 4 and 5. Let's go back to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that one more time round, all right? The whole way through. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 on this hand this time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Well done. And remember, you can always remember some of these and practice at another time. So the trouble with these exercises is that it's almost like riding a bike. You really have to concentrate on all the movements. You're pedaling, you're doing your hands, you're watching where you're going. And then after you learn that, you don't really ever forget it. And then after a while, you can do it without thinking about it. Yeah. The trouble with that is you have to change what you're doing then, because your brain is no longer getting any challenge from it. I mean, I can do that and read a book, and my brain isn't gaining anything from, I mean, I might as well be doing nothing. Okay, so let's try, let me throw out some of the harder ones for this end of this workout, because you might start getting a headache after doing all these. So let's try the pizza. The pizza is one of my favourites. Imagine a pizza in front of you, okay? It's a large New York style flat dish. Doesn't matter what toppings are on it. I want you to point underneath the pizza. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take your finger and we're going to go all the way around the edge of your pizza, underneath it. So we're going all the way around. Okay. Now, with the other hand, you're going to point down, okay? And we're going to go all the way around the pizza again, but try and go the other direction. So if this hand went counterclockwise, this one is going to go clockwise. So we're going to go round the pizza. And it doesn't quite have to be this big. I mean, it can be a little personal pizza if you want. Depends on how hungry you are. Okay, now we're going to try that at the same time. So 1 pointing up, 1 pointing down. Now what I'd like you to do is try and do one hand going one way, but the other hand going the other way around the circle. So start that. Might be easier to start one hand moving first. And then once you get comfortable, do the other hand going down, round the other way. Now, that's tough. See if it's a little bit easier if you turn that pizza on its side. So now the circles are in front of you. It's going to be like pedaling a bicycle with your hands. So one hand's going to go, but let's try, instead of pointing, let's just do your fists. And I'll tell you what, I want both to go forward first. So both are pedaling forward. And let me turn a little bit to your side so you can see what I'm doing. So one hand going forward and then the other hand. Let's pedal backwards. Okay. Good. Now stop. This is where we're going to go different direction with both hands. So decide which hand's going to go forward. You might want to do your dominant hand going forward, but up to you. So going forward, get used to that first. And this is very, very difficult. This is easy, but the next bit is going to be very difficult. I probably would say 1 in 200 can do this, and there's usually a reason people can do it, and I'll share that with you in a minute. So one hand's going forwards, get used to that, and then get the other arm involved, and get you doing the other direction. And let me do that to the side. That's it, kind of. Okay. And it's really hard to change direction. I don't even know why I just did this to myself because I haven't done this in a long time. Now, so what you're doing is different things on different sides of your body. One thing I've noticed, if people can do these really well, particularly stuff like this, as I say, that one's very difficult. It usually means that they're musical instruments at some point has been part of their life, because if you kind of look at pianos, for example, you're doing something different with each side of your hand. If you're playing the guitar, you're doing something different with each side of your body. So normally musicians, people that have worked with instruments of any kind, have got a little bit of an advantage on these. Okay, good. Well, I think I've had you on this enough, so I'll give you a rest. Keep practicing these. As I say, if you get frustrated with yourself because some of these are confusing, remember that they're meant to be, and the more you get frustrated, the harder to almost impossible these exercises will become. So take a deep breath. And don't let that stress take over your brain, because that's the worst thing you can do. So just take a breath, try again later on. But yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us today, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much.